What is happening? It's Will from the Will Studios, the creator of Revenant Steel, coming very soon to a crowdfunding site near you. But I am here to talk about Spider-Man. And I woke up this morning talking like Green Goblin, not realizing that when I turned on my computer, I was going to find a brand new trailer for Spider-Man. This is the Tom Holland Spider-Man, not the cool Spider-Man. How many movies has he been in at this point? He's made more movies than any of them, but he's part of that new Marvel machine. He's the Disney Spider-Man. And last movie, he made everyone forget who he was. And now he's stalking his friends. So let's see where he's at.
I can't believe our first hit MIT. MJ.
I'm not a fan of Ned. I know.
Come on, pretend like you're not the happiest you've ever been in your entire life.
Just listen to him talk. I know a lot of people have this theory about Ned, like he mastered the sling ring right away. He could be like a powerful wizard ally to Spider, or an eventual villain to Spider-Man. Maybe he's so-and-so. I'm not deep on Spider-Man lore. I watched the animated series when I was a kid, and I've read a bunch of the comic books, but I could honestly... I don't go back to them very much. So, my memory's terrible these days. Once upon a time, I was just like an encyclopedia of comic book knowledge, and now it's like I'm writing all my own stuff, and I love it, but I can't be bothered to remember very much. But anywho, Ned is an annoying character. He needs to stop with the upspeak, Just
entire life. Pretend like you're not the happiest you've ever been in your entire life.
Pretend. Shut up. I just wouldn't want to have him around.
I can't.
I knew it.
But then I'm grumpy. I need to look up how many seconds of this I can play without getting copyright struck. I did get copyright on the last one.
Hi, my name is Peter Parker. You don't remember me, but we used to know each other.
If I had Doctor Strange make everyone forget who I was, I would maybe go to another part of town. Maybe I'd make some new friends where I wouldn't have awkward interactions with them at the neighborhood sandwich shop. So I'm not like sweating in a corner staring at these people. Like, what is the matter with Peter? Pete's always been an emotional guy, I guess. I remember this is called Brand New Day, right? Spider-Man Brand New Day. In the comic books, I was not reading them at the time, but I was at the comic book shop. The fans were not happy. They did not like Spider-Man sacrifice. What was it? He wanted to bring Aunt May back to life. And so he did something. It's gonna come to me later. This is what I'm talking about with my memory. Like, I remember that it was something dumb and that he did it to save Aunt May's life. But Aunt May's an old woman. Aunt May should have died many times over the years, okay? And Spider-Man should be a man who can grieve appropriately without causing destruction to the fabric of reality. without harm. If Peter Parker could grieve without harming the fabric of reality, that'd be great.
Something bad was going to happen, and the only way to stop it was to make everyone forget about me.
What are you doing with your hair, bud? Look at Ned. Like, can you try a little bit? It's upsetting. And are they roommates? Is Ned gay? Did they establish that in another movie and I'm just not remembering it?
Because I'm not just Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man.
Great suit, by the way.
The hell, Frank? You just hit me with a van!
Quit your whimpering.
So, Peter knows Frank already. That's nice. It's awesome to have Bernthal back. They're really gonna make this I hope he has a huge role in the movie. I don't know. Once again, I'm not reading all the news. I'm not up to date on all the spoilers. Shouldn't that webbing block whatever he's about to shoot?
Mother.
Go home!
And sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart.
Leave her alone. Mary Jane was a supermodel. Mary Jane was a woman who was way out of Pete's league. And I was not a fan of Kirsten Dunst. You know, she was pretty, but she was not Mary Jane, in my opinion. She may have looked a little bit like the picture in the comic book, but we have to look at the context. Like, she needs to look more like an 8. Kirsten Dunst was like a 7, and Zen is like a 6. We're taking steps back, you know.
What is happening to me?
Oh, God.
Excuse me, Dr. Banner. I need your help.
What did you say your name was?
I need your help. I hope he grows 6 arms. I hope they do it like the cartoon.
If DNA is mutating, it would be a...
Oh no. What did I do to my room? Is he just like creating cobwebs from his wrists? Like, it's just manifesting like that? Doesn't the webbing come from a spider's ass? I hope it... Anyway.
It would be a...
I shouldn't say hope. I shouldn't say I hope. My hope for this movie is that he spins webbing out of his ass so that it can be accurate to how a real spider does it. And then he has to create a contraption to redirect the webbing, you know, or he has to ask who's a surgeon? I guess he goes back to Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, I need you to make the webbing come out of my wrists because right now it's not going to be great for fighting crime, you know. You did me a solid before making everyone forget me and
enormously dangerous.
Spiders have 3 life cycles.
who's in the chair, you think? Whose knucks are those? Hold on. It's clearly a female being kept in a facility. Who they got their eyes on?
Cycles. When between cycles, it can leave the spider vulnerable to threats.
It'd be great if it was Sydney Sweeney and they brought in Spider-Girl. Just because they wanted to put Sydney Sweeney back as Spider... Because they wasted the opportunity there, man. She was only in that costume for like 20 seconds the entire movie. They left all the money on the table with that one, man. They should have called me for Spider-Girl. I could have helped them make a decent movie. I could have taken some of those ideas and done something with it.
We are faced with a danger, but we can't.
Who's the old... And this is the part that starts where I start getting confused. Because the whole time I'm like, okay, who's the villain other than Spider-Man? Spider-Man is a villain because he's manipulating all his friends. Like, he can't just leave them the fuck alone. You got, like, how would you feel being friends with Peter Parker? And at first you're, like, super excited because you're like, oh, it's Spider-Man? What? I get to be Spider-Man's girlfriend? He's going to take me swinging through the city and stuff like that. I might be in danger, but he's always going to save me. It's going to be sweet, you know, or, you know, maybe terrifying if you're being real about it. But, you know, you sign on, and then he makes you forget all that, and then he stalks you. Like, at some point, like, you know, unless they're going to pull some bullshit about, like, you know, destiny's going to keep me pursuing my purpose my cosmic purpose in the universe is to pursue Mary Jane. That Mary Jane who I fell in love with in high school. Could you imagine obsessing over a girl that you met in high school? It's insane behavior. But no, there needs to be a villain. You know, Punisher's probably going to do most of the legwork when it comes to plot, you know, building this villain up. Because Peter's going to be busy doing creepy spider stalker shit and evolving. Hopefully getting... If he doesn't have multiple arms for like a night, is he going to have like... For 7 nights you will experience various phases of spiderdom. Or if he goes full spider and has to be... you know, regressed back to a reasonable spider state. But anywho, check these guys out. Spider-Man just saved some old lady in a tank. No idea how she got there.
Control. One we can't even see. Stay.
And now we got security guards seizing out and some dude in a hoodie. With what appears to be a 3D printer. This is probably a villain finding, like, Pete's apartment. Because, you know, either Peter Parker's apartment or Punisher's apartment. Because that looks like a guy in a chair set up for sure. And then Pete lost his annoying guy in a chair, so he's gonna be stalking him. I don't know who the hooded person is though. Probably something to do with the ninjas that pop up here pretty soon. Here, right in front of us, is Scorpion. And the first time I ever saw Scorpion was the 90s cartoon, and I thought he was pretty badass, right? Because he just showed up and beat the fuck out of Spider-Man. Just tossed him around. And then Spider-Man's like, oh man, Spider's natural enemy is a scorpion. And then he just had to figure out how to beat him up. I forget how he did that. But here in these movies, they're, you know, I don't think Scorpion's going to show up and kick any ass. I get the feeling like he's going to show up and maybe get a couple of hits in, and then Spider-Man's going to just, like, knock him out because it's like, you're not wearing a helmet. You just got your face out there.
Of my way.
Spider-Man just got done fighting Dr. Octopus, who had 8 of these massive, super strong arms, and now you just got one big old dinosaur tail. And Spider-Man, I feel like Spider-Man just lets himself get hit. They had that comic book that said as much or whatever, where Spider-Man goes ham on everybody. I saw it in a TikTok.
You're losing it, kid.
You're losing it, kid. You're losing it for this girl who's kind of a little taller than you and lanky. Maybe that's it, because it's like, Tom Holland, he might be my height, man. He might be my height, and Heidi Klum is probably like 5'10". So, Zendaya, she's probably wearing some sort of heel, she's probably got a little boost here. They could have given him a boost. It's a damn movie. Why are you not helping him out? Help a short man. Okay? Good Lord. Like, I like Tom Holland. Like, every time I see a Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland, so far, I leave thinking, wow, that was a pretty good movie. And then, but I have like 20 things to say about it. It's still like, I don't actually like him as Spider-Man. He should, okay, he's got the he was freaking Billy Fast Feet. What was that movie? Where he was the ballet dancer. But anyway, he's a very athletic young man. But geez Louise, there are other athletic young men who are 3 inches taller than him. Or use some damn movie magic.
And for those spiders who make it through, it amounts to a kind of...
Is that supposed to be Rogue or just some rando
who make it through
girl with that color scheme? Gotta be a rando.
It amounts to...
I like the classic Spider-Man poses we got going on here. Do I like the cloth? Like, the more I see the cloth suit, the more I'm like, it's not the 70s anymore, We're really, like, this Spider-Man really downgraded his costume. And maybe they're doing that on purpose.
It amounts to a kind of...
And now we get the hand. The hand ninjas are here. Now, the Hand is more of a Daredevil villain in my book. Once again, I am not a Marvel wizard. I don't know all of the details of the Hand. I know they appear in several books. But when you think of a movie, you think of, you're going to see some iconic villains. And when you're reading a comic book, I feel like the issues where Spider-Man fights the Hand, it's the in-between issue. It's like the, who is the main villain? Here, the Hand are working for the main villain. But shoot, man, they got him down. And that can easily be the case here, where we will see a different, someone the Hand is doing work for, or maybe he's here to help. He's got to take a side mission to defeat the Hand, to bust out. He knows the Hand are coming for Frank. Frank's in jail because Spider-Man accidentally got him arrested, and now the Hand is coming after Frank. Spider-Man's got to fight the Hand to get Frank out of there, so that Pete and Frank can go on an adventure to stop some other bullshit because Mary Jane is in trouble. And Ned's there. And Ned found a sling ring, and now Ned is the main villain of Brand New Day. And then Peter Parker's got to go and beat up his old friend, and he doesn't want to at first, but then, like, you know, after getting sling ringed around a little bit, he punches him in the face and kisses Mary Jane. And Mary Jane kisses him, and she's like, "Oh, my memories are back. My memories are coming back thanks to that." Yeah, this scene, Spider-Man's about to evolve, maybe grow an extra set of arms to just rip up some ninjas. This looks like a general ninja up front, doing some crouching tiger stuff. So now we get a mystic ninjas, which the hand were always kind of magic. They had all the best ninja abilities.
Rebirth.
Nice flowers.
Oh, they're a housewarming gift.
I'm MJ.
I'm just a neighbor from across the hall.
Friendly neighbor.
You know, I don't know, because I was kind of rough
Friendly
on
neighbor.
Zendaya.
Jay.
I'm just a neighbor from across the hall.
I stand by it. But then this is the MJ, Disney has decided to go with the approachable girl next door. You know, she looks like every other, you know, she's a very normal looking girl. They've tried very hard to make Zendaya appear attractive to male audiences. I saw her, it's like she was in some silver dress where you could see her nipples or something at some award show. Like all these, she had a string of award shows for a bit there, I recall, where she was just putting it out there, right? She was like, "Please look at my body. Do you like it? What do you think of it? I put silver on it this time. You can see where my nipple placements are very symmetrical. You can tell." And I'm like, I'm not buying it. You're not hot, god damn it, and you won't be, and that's okay. You know, I'm not trying to be mean about it, but Jesus Christ, Spider-Man is fucking up space-time over you. Like, he's chosen, you know, he could go to any other college. He could go interact with any other group of people, but he's chosen you to be his object of manipulation. Like, and once again, if MJ was aware of anything that was happening, I actually don't think she'd be happy with it. You know, Spider-Man is not a sane or rational individual. People need to wake up to that.
Friendly neighbor.
July 31st. I'll go see it. I'm excited. And you should be excited. You should be excited for Revenant Steel. And I'm gonna... It was gonna be this month that I was gonna start the sign-up page. But then I wanted to make another cover, and I wanted to make it extra good. Every delay is about making it extra good. But I really feel like we're about to really shove this snowball down the hill. We're creating the snowball, and we're going to shove it down the hill. All right? And people have been walking by and looking at my snowball, and they're like, "Wow, Will, that's a great looking snowball. I like that snowball." And I said, "I like it too, man. I'm going to keep working on this snowball." They're like, "You ought to push it down the hill." And I said, "Not yet. Okay, but we're almost there, everybody. We're almost there to start the war on the living, and I really can't wait to have you along for the ride. Keep tuning in to the Will Studios. Watch for me on random live streams, and take care.